So some other news that broke today. Defensive play caller Steve Belichick is moving on from the New England Patriots. He's accepted the role as defensive coordinator for the University of Washington, the runner-up in this year's college football national championship game. Patriots obviously wanted to keep Steve Belichick. I would have loved to see him elevated to an assistant head coach position. I think he would have been great in that role, still have input on that defense. He's been the play caller there for the last few years, done an excellent job working alongside Gerard Mayo. No word on if the Patriots did offer him a role like that. I would have really liked to see it, but that's not what is going to happen. That said, this is probably the best situation for him. He's moving on to probably the second best team in college football, at least according to this past season. And he's also able to separate himself from Belichick's roots in New England, Bill Belichick, his father, and really create his own future. Ideally, if he does well, he can continue moving up and maybe potentially become a future head coach in either the NFL or college. I think the biggest test for Steve Belichick, of course, is running team meetings, which he didn't really do in New England. He's kind of an introvert. Yes, he was the play caller, but for the most part, Gerard Mayo was the one designing the scheme and running team meetings and really being the glue for that defense that really has excelled the last 5 seasons. Despite the poor offensive play in New England, the reason they've been able to win football games is because of that defense, and Steve Belichick has certainly been a part of that. But how is he going to do at the University of Washington leading team meetings, especially with college kids? I mean, these aren't pros. These are guys that are going to demand your attention, and can Steve Belichick really captivate the room? That remains to be seen, but hey, I wish him well, and I hope we see him in the NFL as a head coach someday. I think that's a better fit for him than being a head coach in college and having to recruit and meet high school players and all that, but maybe he likes it and that's what he wants to do. But more power to him. I wish him all the best. I would have loved to see him stay, but this is a good situation for him, and I wish him all the best. Still no word on if Brian Belichick is staying or going elsewhere. The Patriots have also expressed that they would like to keep him there. Hopefully you can keep him as well. But chances are, if Steve Belichick is moving on, Brian probably is as well. I would expect him probably not to go to an NFL team. Maybe he'll consider another college-type role. Maybe a defensive coordinator role at a lesser D1 school, or I don't know, maybe he goes to Wesleyan or some other school and becomes their head coach. Who the hell knows? But that's what's going on with those two. Clearly, Gerard Mayo kind of wants a clean slate. Even though they did want to keep both of them, and they have a good relationship with Mayo. Obviously, what the Patriots are offering was not good enough, at least to Steve Belichick. We'll see what happens with Brian. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button on YouTube and subscribe and hit the alert bell and do all that stuff. Or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure to subscribe there as well. We're really trying to grow this thing, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in Patriots news.